Welcome to Business Connections BizFest 2014 out here at the Fiesta Henderson Hotel. My name is Guy Dawson, and I am the host of a show that airs on KLAV 1230 AM called PR Connections. And it is a pleasure for me to have the opportunity to be broadcasting an edition of PR Connections on the Vegas AllNet radio channel. We're here live at this mixer, and I am a member of Business Connections of Nevada, and it's just an exciting day. This is the first annual Business BizFest, and we're looking forward to many, many more in the future. We've got a lot of highly motivated business owners out here this evening, and we're going to begin this with me interviewing Gil Stonebarger as well as Robert Morgan. They are both big shots. Guys who have a wonderful show on Vegas AllNet Radio called... What's it called, you guys? I forgot the name of that show.
Wow. BCN Talk.
So you can probably recognize their voices. These guys are real paragons of broadcasting on Vegas AllNet Radio, and it's wonderful to be interviewing them. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
So what's it like being able to relax today and not have to be going through all the rigors of running your own talk show?
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's not jump to conclusions. I myself have a booth here. I'm an exhibitor at Vegas BizFest, so I can't say that I've got the night off.
And
I'm married to Becky, so
there's no such thing as a night off.
I don't have to. It's really starting to build up here, though. It's getting noisier in the room, and we have Michael Call, the caterer here, who I'm gonna tell you what, I think I'm gaining weight from the food that I keep eating from this guy.
Yeah, Michael Call is here. We got Kurt Zetch with Chauncey Insurance, Sophia Falk with Embracing Excellence, so many of the members of Business Connections of Nevada. What do you think, Robert? What is it like having a gathering like this of really motivated business owners who are part of BCN?
This is great. This is a chance for local business owners to come out here, strut their stuff, get in front of their audiences, mingle with some of the other businesses that are around, and take advantage of that good networking that BCN has to offer.
And Robert, I know you're a facilitator with BCN. How long have you been doing that?
I have been a facilitator since the beginning of the year. I facilitate our Tuesday morning location, which is at Rancho and Gowan, Nehemiah Ministries, and it's been great leading the group. A lot of our core members of that particular location know it as Tuesday Shenanigans because of the way that I run my group. It's a family. People come on Tuesday. They know they're going to get enriched. They know they're going to have a sense of community, and I'd like to think that they walk out of my meeting with a sense of, you know what, I'm glad I did that.
And you've been doing a fantastic job keeping us all focused and organized over there in the north.
Thank you.
I want you to know how much I appreciate all the hard work that you put into that.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
And Gil, you are the husband of our fearless leader, Becky Stonebarger, who just happened to be walking up to the table. Say hello, Becky.
Hello, Becky.
What is it like being the husband
That's a loaded
of a big business owner?
It is challenging.
Looking at you.
I know, man. It's the pressure. The pressure is on. Now, it's we've done this kind of stuff before many times with some charities that we work with and our daughter's youth group. So we've put on functions like this, similar to this before with booths and things. We've even done parking lot sales and all that type of stuff. But I got to tell you, it's really nice to see all these people, and so far it looks like just about everybody has showed up for their booth, which is a good thing. And sometimes business owners, you don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next, whether you can make what you've scheduled. But it's some good looking stuff out here. And actually, Becky walked away before I could say I'm trying to remember the name of the cosmetics out there. Motive Cosmetics, I believe, is what it is. One of our booths here. Becky was getting kind of a makeover in between. It was kind of funny watching her jump off the stool and go help people, and then come back and get a little bit more makeover. And it turned out pretty well. So she's bouncing around like crazy, like usual. But she's a bundle of energy, man. It's hard for me to keep up.
She's really put together something special here. It's just great to see all the BCN people as well as the visitors out here. By the way, this is a free event out here at Fiesta Henderson, and if you want to escape all the hustle and bustle of the Life is Beautiful event that's going on downtown, I know that's causing a lot of traffic and somewhat of a little bit of confusion, Robert?
A little bit. Oh, man, I had taken the 95 from the central part of Las Vegas, just past the downtown area, and the crowds are filling in. Traffic's a nightmare. Come on out to Henderson, Vegas BizFest. Get out of the crowd and see if you can enrich your life and your business by mingling with Vegas's business owners.
Gil, the two of you have been on the air for a few months now.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to share with the listeners what it's like launching your own radio show.
It was very interesting because obviously I've never had any kind of experience with this type of thing before, and I guess Robert really hadn't either. It was Robert's brainchild, so he's the one to blame. To be honest with you, I didn't think it'd last past the first couple of shows, but we actually turned out to be pretty good together. I think from the reviews, it's been pretty positive. We have a lot of fun with it. We try not to be too serious. The business is kind of obviously a kind of a dry subject, and we do it at late night. In fact, it was Robert who coined it the late night style business talk show, where we try to have a little fun. We try to some enrichment with. That's what I try to do with my news stories. We put a little humor in there. I guess we've kind of settled on a top 10 thing at the end of the show that I try to have a little fun with. And Robert's the backbone, and we experimented once. I don't know if you heard that, where I was the lead.
I heard about it. I didn't actually hear the show.
Yeah, it was kind of like Katrina,
You mean very powerful and winding?
It was a big disaster, actually. But I really don't plan on doing that. Robert's not allowed to get sick, so...
I would say that that's a fair assessment. So, we try different things. We keep our show fun. It's an infotainment type show. As Gil mentioned, it was somewhat of my brainchild to take the networking concept, throw it on the radio, do it in a fun late night style format. Gil and I we goof off, we tell jokes. You could go to bcntalk.com, go down to the archives, and literally listen to all of our past episodes as a podcast. In fact, I think hopefully within the next couple of hours, last night's show will actually be on there real soon. And, since April 3rd, we've just been taking the time to perfect the craft and make a high-quality show that our listeners can get involved with and engaged with, and hopefully bring some attention to the Business Connections in Nevada weekly meetings.
It is actually an extension of what BCN is all about. It's turned into its own networking meeting somewhat in itself, just the radio broadcast.
We're a big machine, We're part Chamber of Commerce, we're part networking, we're part support, we're part we're a machine, We're one of the few networking groups in town that actually has a radio show. I don't know what else I can say about that. We've got a high-quality show that out of the 54-something internet radio shows at Vegas Allnet Radio, I think we ranked number 10 or 11. So it's since April 3rd, I think that's a pretty big feat to claim.
You guys have been doing some great things over there, and I appreciate both of you stopping by the booth. You want to give one more plug for that radio show?
I just want to say real quick, we are honored, Guy, to be here with you. Your reputation preceded you. I heard all about you before I ever met you, and I'm like, oh, this guy.
You still like me after that?
Yes, absolutely, man. No, it's I really, obviously you've been doing this for a while too, and you're very successful. And I've listened to a couple of shows, and I listened to the one where Becky and Robert were on there, and you made them sound really good. So we appreciate that. We're it's Thursday nights at 9:00. We actually are rebroadcast. I didn't even realize it. Tuesday morning at 7, I believe. Wow. And there's another time too. We have to get Becky over here at some point.
Go to bcntalk.com.
Yeah, go to bcntalk.com. Get that little plug in there. But we're honored to be here, and both of us will be in and out here. We may try to. I think we'll get you a few people interviews here from some of the members, and we're all about getting the word out there for our members and friends, and we care. BCN cares.
Please do get Becky over here. Can you go find her and have her? I wanted her to do at least one segment of the
absolutely
show.
Happy to do it.
Thanks for stopping by, Gil.
Absolutely. We'll be back.
Best of luck to you with your show.
If we have any breaking news, we'll come back in later.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes, we'll leave the mic open for breaking news.
There you go.
Boy, we're having such a great time here at this event, and I got a Chicagoan in the desert who is waiting to talk and be a part of the show. This is Mary Romano, and she is the owner of Chicagoans in the Desert. It's an organization that showcases the wares of people who come from the Windy City. Welcome to the show, Mary.
Well, thank you very much. We're very happy to be a part of Becky's first BizFest. Becky always supporting Chicagoans, and she and I have a great relationship, and I'm just proud to be a part of her first event. We've got plenty of former Chicagoans who have tables here. We've got Windy City air conditioning. We've got Nevada website design. We've got shirts, logos, and promos. And I have my guest with me, Michelle Roberts. She's our family law attorney in Chicagoans in the Desert.
Oh, yeah. Hello. You'd like to introduce yourself to the crowd?
Hi, my name's Michelle Roberts. I'm a family law attorney here in Vegas, and I've been practicing for about 15 years and the last 11 here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you, Michelle. How did you come to become a part of Chicagoans in the Desert?
I think we were watching football.
I think we were at a football event.
Watching the Bears.
Of course, yes. And I thought it was a business it was a fantastic, association that she's brought up, getting Chicagoans together with the businesses and everyone helping each other out and things like that, but also working with the Las Vegas community and showing, how fun and humorous and down to earth us former Chicagoans can be.
How do you help people with your law practice?
I do mostly family law, custody, and divorce, also adoptions, which is probably the best part of it. I'm also a CAP attorney, which is basically a pro bono attorney representing abused and neglected children. I opened up my own practice just a few years ago, and all of my business has been mainly referrals. It's very satisfied clients coming through, and we're just referring people, and the business is becoming very successful. So
I guess you've seen that work, and that would be something that would inspire you to become a part of an organization like Chicagoans in the Desert, because you'll be able to do more networking.
Oh, definitely, yes. Yeah, I think that does help a lot. But also, again, the clients that I have, they, my name gets out there. They do know I really do care about my clients. The effort I put in is to really help them with custody cases, and there's divorce, obviously, but.
So Michelle has also done a series of articles in our bi-monthly newsletter. Anybody can go on to chicagoansinthedesert.com and take a look at our newsletters, and they'll be able to read Michelle's articles that are really focusing on co-parenting and divorced people being good to each other, because that's what's best for their children. So that's chicagoansinthedesert.com. Go under newsletters, and you can read some of Michelle's articles. Also, others that are here tonight can stop by the Chicagoans in the Desert booth. If you put your business bag in that winning Chicago Cubs bucket, we'll give you 4 bags, and you could play bags and try and win a bag of Jay's potato chips. So thank you for letting us come over and talk with you.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, you just decided that you wanted to gather a whole bunch of Chicagoans together and create your own network. Is that how you got it started?
We do a lot of social stuff besides our social events, besides our businesses. But, I was hugging so many people at the deli in the grocery store because they would hear my accent. And they would be like, I know where you're from. And the next thing you know is, they knew somebody that went to my high school. We're hugging. And I'm like, no, this has just got to turn into a business. And now we have about 1,500 people socially following us, and we have 37 business members. And I couldn't be prouder of every single one of those people.
I love the Windy City, and I can say this about people from Chicago, is you definitely have a way about you that is different than any other city. Yes, the accent, but there's just a way that Chicago people are, in a good way, not in a negative way, that it's unique, certainly.
I invite you to watch a hockey game with Michelle Roberts.
Big Blackhawks fan, huh, Michelle?
That's an event in itself.
How can the listeners get in contact with you so that they can be a part of Chicagoans in the Desert? We got some Chicagoans out there.
It's 702-525-4499. Call us anytime, or you can go to chicagoansinthedesert.com. And we're going to turn it over to the lady who's hosting this event. Becky, good to see you.
Hold on just one second. Michelle, you get your plug in before we go on to Becky. Okay. How can people get in hold of you for your family law services?
You can reach me at 702-358-0620 or my email at mlr@michellerobertslaw.com. And by the way, Michelle is spelled with one L, Michele.
Oh, that's unique. Thank you so much for stopping by, ladies.
Thank you.
All right, we're still here at BizFest 2014, and I have the privilege of being able to interview the managing member of Business Connections of Nevada. Becky Stonebarger is here. I've been trying to interview you for months, and for one reason or another, we've never been able to get together, and here we are. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
You having fun, Becky?
It is an exciting night. Lots of businesses here and people milling around and making connections.
Maybe you want to share with the listeners a little bit about what BCN is all about and how you got it started.
Well, Business Connections of Nevada is a business networking group, a little bit more than just a group, but also a marketing company. So we have, of course, our own radio show, the BCN Talk. So members are getting a little bit more than just networking with each other, but they're also getting advertising within the network. And we also put them on the air and also connecting them with you for your services.
Yeah, it is kind of great how we were kind of cross-promoting each other with me having the members come through and you, of course, supporting my business, letting me come on the air. It's wonderful when you can create partnerships, and I know that that's a big motivator for you.
Absolutely. Creating those power partners is what we call them, and I'm very proud that Classy Communications and PR Connections, along with Business Connections of Nevada and BCN Talk, are able to partner up together and share sponsorship.
What's it been like developing this group? And maybe you'll want to let the listeners know a little bit about how it started. It was a very kind of modest way that you got this business started, and it's just been amazing to watch the way that it's mushroomed.
Yeah, about 2.25 years ago, I guess it was, we had just some home party people. I myself was a home party lady. I sell damsel in defense, stun guns and pepper sprays, and I got together with a couple other home party people, and we started getting together on a weekly basis. And the next thing we knew, there was more people coming, and insurance and real estate and advertising, and we just started opening up to the actual brick and mortar companies, and it just grew from there to the point that at this point we don't really even have very many of the home party. It's been kind of taken over by the actual businesses that are the brick and mortar and the professional salespeople.
Was this your big vision from the very beginning, or could you have ever imagined that it would grow to the extent to where you're putting on festivals and having 3 groups running pretty actively in the Valley?
I did not envision it when I started Business Connections. I've been very big on being still and listening and letting God direct my path, and I still practice that. So I'm just as humbled and amazed at how large Business Connections has became, and the recognition, the branding that has happened. And we're member driven, so all of our success is based on the members of this organization that have just rolled up their sleeves and made it into this great big giant community. So we're not just a networking group where we are worrying about focusing on leads. What we do is we focus on building those relationships of know, like, and trust. And if you build that where people know you and like you and trust you, they're going to actually do business with you.
The guys from BCN Talk were on a couple of minutes ago, and they were talking about how it's unique that you're the only business networking group in the Valley that I've heard of that has its own radio show. What else about BCN kind of distinguishes it from other groups? I know there are a lot of factors actually that do that. makes it different than some of these other networking groups?
Our dedication from our members. I just tell you, I'm blessed. I'm totally blessed. The members are, literally, I know they've got my back, and I can't even explain the community that we've built within. And the thing is it's not such a tight-knit community where it's the good old boy network. We've got total open arms for anybody who comes in and wants to become a member, and instantly you'll get flooded with requests for people to just sit down, have coffee, get to know you, and see how they can help you. That's one of our first questions is, what do you want? What can I look for when I'm talking to people to be able to help send business to you? Instead of it being me, it's what can I do to help you?
I think that I agree with you that is one of the things that does distinguish BCN from other networking groups is the sense of family, and how you really instill that and promote that in the whole philosophy of the business. And because the leader tends to dictate the pace of the organization, we all kind of fall in, and I do believe that it is one of the most supportive groups that I've certainly ever been involved in.
It is, and I'm looking around this room at the number of people in this room right now, and I'm totally amazed. I've ran events where I've had the crafters for nonprofits, and I've put together events like that before. So I am experienced in putting together something like this, but this is the first time that I've done a hotel type environment for the businesses, and I'm just amazed at how many people are coming in and enjoying the networking that's going on. I'm seeing business cards passing. I'm seeing handshaking going on. Just looking around this room is amazing. So if anybody's in the Henderson area, or just get in the car and come on, we're here till 9.
And so we've got BizFest going on tonight, and maybe you want to share with the listeners how they could get in contact with you if they wanted to drop by and visit one of the connections.
Definitely. The best bet would be to go to our website, which is bcn-nv.com. So BCN, Business Connections Network, -NV for Nevada.com. And our schedule is there. We've got a slideshow of some of our businesses, and there's some resources there for business startups and things that they can use as free resources are there on that webpage also.
Becky, it is just such a pleasure to finally interview you. I know you're a very detail-oriented person, and yet you did extemporaneous speaking, as we call it in Toastmasters. Every question I threw at you, you were able to answer, and I was just really impressed I've just been impressed with your whole organization, and I look forward to working with BCN for some time to come.
Thank you, Guy. I appreciate you having me on the air.
Boy, there are so many business owners here today, and we got a photographer to the right. He's got his camera is hanging. Kevin, welcome to the PR Connections Radio Show live from BizFest 2014.
All right. Hey, how's it going?
So maybe you want to tell everyone about your business.
Well,
you're a very talented
definitely.
guy.
I'm what you call a jack of all trades, but my business is actually KDV Design and Associates. So we definitely do all the design, branding, advertising, visual communication for businesses here in Las Vegas, and I do a little photography work on the side. So
How long have you been in business?
We've actually been in business. This is our first year. But I've also been doing graphics for companies in Vegas for about the last 7 years. So, yeah. But this is the first year for KDV Design.
What got you into graphic design?
Oh, well, I was an artist by trade. I love to draw, love to, just create something out on a blank canvas. Eventually, my mom told me that I was going to be a starving artist if I don't really come up with a good idea for doing artwork. So, graphic design kind of fell in my lap, and I attended the Art Institute of Dallas in Texas, and that pretty much started my career there. So.
Mm-hmm. What's it been like building a business? I know that there are challenges that come with getting up and running, but you are very successful. I see you have a lot of relationships with people within BCN. What's been the key for you to continuing to grow your business?
Well, definitely communication and networking. I definitely believe in networking within anywhere you go. So I've traveled. I always travel with business cards and different ways that I can contact people, and just staying in touch with people and just letting people know about me personally. So I'm an open book. I enjoy just having good conversations with people and everything. So, and as my clients see me, talk to me, they get real familiar with my life and real familiar with my, my integrity, and they like working with me, So, and I deliver when I say I'm going to deliver, and I basically try to, do whatever I can to help a business out and get them going.
So, what are some of the ways that you can help a business?
Well, definitely saving money. I'm a believer in saving money because, especially having a business in Vegas, you definitely have to think of ways to lower your overhead. So what I do, I pretty much, have a consultation with my clients kind of to figure out exactly what they want to do at first. From there, basically, we come up with the branding campaign to where we come up with, design elements that you could constantly use on their advertisements and stuff to help them save time for any other graphic designer that they decide to use, if they hire in-house or whatever. All that stuff is set up, and it's easier for them to concentrate on different postcards and stuff like that if they already have elements to use, images to use and stuff for their business, So it's all about creating your branding package first. The upfront cost, get it over with, and then later on, down the year, down the line, or whatever, you can save a lot of money, by having all this stuff in place at the beginning.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't give the credit that is due to people who know how to lay marketing out correctly from the beginning, from that graphic design point of view. It's like you said, if you set your brand from the beginning,
right,
you just tweak it.
Right.
But
exactly.
if you wait and you keep, getting it in bits and pieces, I don't think it's as successful as you get a vision of what it is you want to do. You work together with a marketing guy who understands design and marketing at the same time, and it makes all the difference in the world.
Exactly, definitely.
Will you let the listeners know how they can get a hold of you to hire you for your services?
Definitely, yeah. You can catch me on the web at www.kdvdesign.com, and you can also give us a call at 702-759-2910, or you can just catch us on our Facebook page or Twitter. It's KDV Design and Associates. All right.
Kevin Vang with KDV Designs and Associates. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I hope you do very successful out here networking at BizFest 2014.
Definitely, I appreciate it. All right.
All right, now we got a technology guy who's going to come on the microphone. Leo Harton is the owner of Harton Computers. Welcome to the PR Connection Show live from BizFest 2014, Leo.
Well, thank you very much, Guy. I appreciate the opportunity to be on air again with you.
Yeah, we were just in the studio, it wasn't very long ago.
Yeah, a couple months.
And you did a great job sharing with us about how you help people out with their computer needs.
Yep. Yeah, I do on-site computer service and repair, and I'm also involved in a number of networking groups here in Las Vegas.
How long have you been in business?
2 years by myself.
And I know you have pretty extensive background in networking and all aspects of computers. Maybe you want to share some of your credentials with the listeners.
Okay, well, tell people I was born in New York, but as a sign of early intelligence, I left when I was 1.5 years old. Moved to California, I took my parents with me, and grew up in Southern California, although my wife would dispute the last part of that statement.
Oh, grew up hard, huh?
Yeah, never did. Went to MIT, majored in physics. I've worked in computers for well over 30 years, and was one of the people that was started converting the ARPANET into the internet that you know today.
Oh, you were one of the people when was that, 80s?
Starting
70s?
back in 1989, we were in the process of starting to make commercialization of the ARPANET, and it wasn't until 92, 93 that the internet, as you know it today, came into existence.
Wow, I never knew that. I never knew that you were a part of that.
Yeah, I was involved. And I do on-site service for people who have problems with their computers, networks, wireless backups. And these days, it's actually very important to be backed up twice because of the new CryptoLocker type infections that you may have heard of. They will actually infect anything that's connected with your computer. So if you already have a backup that's connected, I would disconnect it, only attach it while you need it to be backing up. And I would recommend having a second backup because if your computer gets infected while you're making one backup, you're going to lose everything.
You are very active in Business Connections of Nevada, and I know you're at every meeting. I think you've only missed one meeting since you became a member. Is that right?
No, actually, I've with all the networking I've done in the last year and a half, I've missed a total of 5 meetings.
So what is it? What is it about networking that drives you to want to be so consistent in it?
Well, that's one of the essential principles of networking is that people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. If you show up every week pretty consistently, people are going to learn to know you. Hopefully, if you establish yourself well, they'll like you. And if you do a good job for people in the group and they give testimonials for you at the end of the meeting, people will soon trust you as well.
Well, I know this, and I am definitely testimonial for you. Twice you have defeated the cooties that infested my computer.
Well, that's part of the my standard 30-second introduction is I tell people if their computer's got a cootie, I'll kick it in the booty.
And I can definitely testify that he will. A computer guy who's reliable and gives great service at a good price is so valuable in this town, and I'm sure your involvement in all these networking groups is something that's really establishing your business in because of this great quality service that you're delivering.
Well, yeah, it's the only type of service I know how to give.
How can our listeners get in contact with you so they can let you come and kick their cooties in the booty?
Okay. Well, by and large, most people who need my services won't be able to go to my website, so don't even bother. The best way to reach me is just call me on my cell phone or text me at area code 702-408-4984.
Awesome, Leo. You think you could go find me another business owner out there? There's a lot of them.
I will do a search for you, and we will be successful shortly.
I know you will. Thank you so much for coming on the show again, Leo.
Appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Yes, I really do enjoy having the opportunity to be a part of these business networking events, and it's just great to be out here at BizFest 2014. Maybe I'll give kind of a roll call of some of the businesses that are involved in here. As I was talking to you before, Mary Romano is with Chicagoans in the Desert. We also have Vern Reddick with Windy City, and that is an air conditioning and heating business. Wait a minute. I got another good friend. There's always another business owner somewhere near. Missy Day, we've been getting together a lot lately, haven't we?
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Long time no see. Thank you.
Missy was on the Wednesday airing of PR Connections just a couple of days ago talking about her business coaching and training business, and maybe you want to share with the listeners what the name of that business is.
Sure. The name of my business is Passion for Success.
And what do you do?
I'm a personal business coach. I love helping new business owners or established business owners get unstuck with their business and unleash their full potential. And I also do corporate in-house training.
What was your background that led you to want to run this type of business?
My background is I started out as a social worker, and then after that I spent 20 years in the financial industry, leading groups as many as 50.
And then what made you decide that you wanted to strike out on your own and create a business?
Well, I lived through 2 closures of banks here in Las Vegas, and I thought I don't want to go through that again. So I'm going to take all my experience and do the things that I love and open my own business, and that way, hopefully, I know that it won't close.
All right. And if it closes because you closed it.
That's right.
And that's one of the things about running your own business is you take your fate into your own hands.
Exactly.
Is this something that you envisioned yourself doing, is running a business someday when you were working in corporate America?
Never. I never thought that I would be in front of people speaking, and I never thought I would have my own business, and I never thought I'd be talking on a radio show.
What's the ride been like so far?
It's been fun. I love it. I love what I do. Every day is different, and I like that I just push myself to do more and more things.
And you are a very prominent member of Business Connections of Nevada. Maybe you'd like to talk a little bit about how it's benefited your business and really, how you've been able to help so many other people by being a part of the organization.
I love BCN because it's a great, diverse group of people, but we all have a common goal, and that's to help each other be successful. And the biggest wow moment for BCN for me was I'd only been in the group for 3 weeks. One of the members told me I needed to get a video done of what I do so people would see me and know me. And I got the video done, and 2 weeks after that, I landed a job with Microsoft doing training for them. And I attribute a lot of that to the video that I had made.
And the support and the way that we all kind of pull together and help one another. That's something that Becky was talking about a few minutes ago.
Right. You definitely feel that at all the meetings. It's it's the family feel more than it is, a networking event.
And you've done some strong enrichment as a part of the BCN meetings. One of the things that you shared with us about was the fish technique. Maybe you just really quickly talk a little bit about how that helps people to have better communication within their organizations or businesses.
Any corporation is struggling with team building, processes, improvements, things of that nature. Fish philosophy is really the answer. They have a philosophy that I've used for the past 20 years. It brings people together. It makes them work as a team instead of just being employees. And it increases productivity, and they improve processes because they feel engaged and part of the system.
Missy, you are such an awesome interview. I know if I got a chance to tell you that the other day, but boom, boom, she's used to making statements. Very sharp, to the point, knows when to stop. You're great.
Thank you very much.
How can the listeners get a hold of you if they want to bring you in as a business coach or as a trainer?
They can get a hold of me I'll just give out my phone number. My business line is 702-897-4147. And if they want to check out my website, it's www.passionforsuccess.net, and that's the numeral 4.
Missy Day is the owner of Passion for Success, and she is a business coach and trainer. And thanks again for being a part of the PR Connection Show.
Thank you, Guy.
We have royalty here at BizFest 2014. We have the reigning because there is a big distinction between being a Mrs. and a Miss.
Very much so. Just a little bit. It's called a ring and a husband.
Jill Marie is the reigning Mrs. Las Vegas. Thank you so much for coming to the PR Connection Show. We met a couple of months ago.
We did. We sure did. It was so good to see you out here. I'm like, oh, my goodness, I get a chance to talk.
Well, I didn't get to see you in your tiara and your sash.
No, I was just in chill mode, and you saw me.
Yeah, we had a ball that day, though. It was Christmas in July.
It was so much fun. Yeah, they did a wonderful job. They really put on a great event there.
How does one become Mrs. Las Vegas?
A lot of luck, no. No, a lot of hard work, and just to drive. It's kind of something that it becomes part of your lifestyle, and if this is something you want to do, just go for it. Just make sure that you have your things that you're doing in life. I mean, do you first, and then you can become part of the pageant system, and that way you have something that you can give back to the community, because that's what we're all about.
What was the process in becoming Mrs. Las Vegas? Are there a series of different levels that you have to compete at before you actually go to the finals?
Well, Mrs. Las Vegas pageant is not the finals. Actually, I still have 2 more levels to compete at with our pageant system. We're the United States Continental System. So it starts where I'm at. This is a regional, local level, which is Las Vegas. So everyone from the whole Las Vegas area had an opportunity to submit their bio and their information. They were interviewed. We had to go through a competition in order to even get to where I am right now at the regional level. I did this back in April, and then in the spring I will actually compete for the state pageant for Mrs. Nevada title, and then from there, hopefully if I'm able to win, I get to go to Florida and compete for nationals.
So there is a pretty extensive process in going all the way through the steps.
It becomes, like I said, part of your life. It becomes part of who you are, and that's why if you're someone that enjoys being a part of your community and you have your goals and you're actually going for them and trying to be a successful person, that's really what the pageant system looks for, is people that are trying to do something better with their own lives and how they're helping other people as well.
I worked with a former Miss Nevada International, Brittany Williams.
She's my girl. She's awesome.
Brittany is wonderful, and I learned so much about the whole way that things happen with pageants.
Yes.
And one of the things that we worked on a lot with her, I was representing her as a publicist, was her platform. And I don't think people realize the amount of service that is a part of being.
They don't. They think it's just to see you in your crown and sash, and that's about it. No, there's a lot more to that. It's all the stuff that you're doing behind the scenes is what makes you be a part of that pageant and be that winner, why they chose you. My platform is fallen and injured police officers, something very close to my heart. My husband was actually injured. He was a police officer for 22 years, and he was injured on the job. And so I know what the families go through when you're going through that entire process with your loved one, and I want to be able to be there to support, to show them how you can get through it, what is out there to help them, and just to be another source of guidance for them. I just think it's really important. And then be able to work with the police department is so crucial out here as well.
Really, and it's very extensive, actually, the amount of time and effort that all pageant winners put into developing their platform, representing not only their sash, but that platform as well, because you become associated with the platform that you choose.
You do. I mean, it's being a pageant winner also means picking and choosing what you do support because you are identified with those organizations. So definitely your platform says a whole lot about, who you are, and you do have to always kind of be on your P's and Q's. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll let my hair down every once in a while, but...
Yeah, you just have to do it in private because no one can... You never know when you might end up on the...
You never know.
The picture somewhere.
It's always the least time someone's not watching you, they are.
Is there anything that has surprised you about being a pageant winner?
The reception out here surprised me. I have done pageants before, and it never was kind of a big thing. It was just, okay, you want a pageant and, do your little community service once a month, and that's about it. Out here, it's a weekly thing. Like, it's just a big deal. Just a lot bigger than I even expected. I do several appearances every week, plus my community services that I'm a part of that I do, as well as just other things that are personal things I'm able to do with the crown and sash. So it keeps me extremely busy. Just a lot more opportunities out here with it that I never ever thought about before or got before.
I know. Pretty much every event that I attend, be it a business networking group or political functions, things for nonprofit organizations, you almost always see a pageant winner here in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It's a very prominent thing here.
It is. It is because of that community service, but I think a lot of it is because it's a pageant winner, they kind of put us in a semi-celebrity status, which I was called that once, and it kind of surprised me.
You are a celebrity.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, the one thing is, I've noticed is when I do have the crown and sash, all of a sudden people take so much more of an interest to talk to you and hear what you have to say. So it's just very important to make sure that you know what you're talking about, and never be afraid to just say I don't know something, but just really make sure that you're representing something correctly, because people will listen and they'll remember.
Right. There is something about having that sash on that gives you a level of credibility.
Right.
It's just we were kind of talking about being a part of a business networking group, and it's a know, like, and trust factor.
It is.
And people see that sash and they think this is a representative. This is someone
right. It's kind of an instant trust. Like, they want to talk to you and they will listen and believe what you say. So you have to make sure that you're not full of BS. I would say something crazy. And even the business I own, Celebrity Photo Booth, I actually have to say that I think I've gotten a couple of jobs from clients because they went and researched my company and they researched me to see if I was credible, and they saw that I was a pageant winner and what I was standing for, and they right away were like, well, as soon as we saw that you were doing that, we knew that we could trust you. So that was it does play a lot more than just glamour.
Yeah, and your business is great. I had the opportunity to get some of those digital photographs that you did at that event out at the Aliante.
Sure, yeah.
Boy, did that turn. That was fantastic.
Oh, it was good. I've got some great blackmail pictures on you. So. You better watch yourself.
Yeah, right. Well, everybody's got I don't have that much hair, but I think I'll let it down somewhere too, right? Even when you're a radio personality.
You sure do. Don't worry. Here's Kurt.
Jill Marie, thank you so much for stopping by the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Hey, we got another big shot with BCN that's going to be coming on in a second. Kurt Setch with Chauncey Insurance. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. How you doing?
I'm great. And Kurt, I always call you the Superstar Network. networker of BCN, because, boy, you are some kind of networker, a high-powered guy.
You're getting me a reputation. But it's a good thing. I've spent 30 years doing this, and every opportunity that I get to get out and network, whether it be BCN or the nighttime social clubs and things like that, it's always a blast. You meet great people.
Tell us a little bit about Chauncey Insurance.
Well, Chauncey Insurance, a full-service insurance brokerage firm that was established back in '99, and it's done well. We just actually moved our office from Trop and Rainbow over to State Rose Parkway in Eastern, and we're real excited about the move.
Yeah, I know. I know you guys were really kind of stretching out, and you also like the area. I mean, that's a beautiful little stretch there on the State Rose Parkway.
There is so much business out there, and what's incredible is I'm going to be spending the next couple of weeks just going door to door in my own complex. I've met some people already. They asked me to come by and talk to them, and I plan on doing that. And that's going to help BCN. It's going to help Chauncey Insurance. This group we got here tonight is pretty awesome. It's doing well. So it'll get busier, and the night's going to be fun.
You're a really experienced guy in insurance, and I know that you've talked before. You've been on my show several times. You've given great interviews, and you talked about how powerful networking has been in the development of your practices in insurance and other things. You basically built full businesses with business networking.
Well, here's the thing. You have to remember what you were just saying a minute ago. People do business if they know you, they like you, and they trust you. That is the premise to everything in life that you do. I don't go to a restaurant unless I know somebody, I trust them, or I don't like them. I got to do that, and I do that with everything in my life. And so it's kind of nice. I've spent 30 years of working the network groups, trying to learn. I want to have friends before I have business clients. They become my friends before I actually do business with them, most of them, and that's because they know, like, and trust. That just keeps coming back, and that's what BCN stands for. We want to know you, like you, and trust you. And once that happens, things pop. I've been with BCN now 6 months, and my business with Chauncey Insurance wasn't growing until people started to know, like, and trust me. And now it's incredible.
And I know you're very active with the membership aspect of BCN. What is it like when you're meeting new business owners? And of course, we create a great experience for people when they come to a Business Connections of Nevada meeting. And then you want to get them to that next step where you want to let them know the value of being a part of the group.
Well, here's the thing. BCN does a lot different than most network groups. Not only do we have 3 locations, but we also have benefits that we provide our members. We have an AFLAC representative that we now can offer AFLAC. However, BCN doesn't pay for it, but it's at a discounted rate because it's now under an association. The 3 locations makes it nice. The fact that a lot of the guys that go to not guys, but a lot of the members go from one location to the next, and they bring guests with them. So they're getting to learn all the different groups and all the different people in each of those groups. That makes it pretty powerful. Now, for me, when I actually meet the guest after the meeting, they start asking questions like, how often do you meet? Is this how big the group is? Because our Southwest location is powerful, and we're building up our Henderson and our North locations. So having the opportunity to tell them how I've networked and how I've been successful, it basically sparks a light in their head to go, wait a minute, you're absolutely right. That's what you have to do. You have to get out there and see and be consistent. Don't just go to a meeting once a month and expect to get leads. You got to be there all the time.
That's been one of the ongoing things. Is the business owners have been coming through, and I've been talking to them tonight, and they've all been saying the same thing: is you have got to have consistency in attending a networking group. And when you've got a great platform like BCN, it makes it really easy because you have 3 different venues that you can attend at any given time.
Well, there are so many groups in Vegas for networking. I mean, there's hundreds of them. But BCN is a little bit above them because we have a talk show, we have the radio, we have Guy Dawson at PR Connections, that's you, and you also are a member, and that helps with our PR. We have the 3 locations, we have AFLAC benefits, and we also have a mentor program. So when a new member comes in, we don't just throw them to the wolves, basically. They work under somebody. They learn how to network. We lost a member that was going to be one of our mentors, so I'm kind of taking that role too right now and making sure that I can get out there and talk to every new member. And I follow up. After they come to a meeting, I follow up with them.
And when I had you on the air, and I keep coming back to this every time on a PR Connection show because I really admire your philosophy when it comes to business networking. And you've got a few tips, and I think you may be the last interview here tonight.
Okay.
So maybe you want to share with the listeners again, what are the major things that a person needs to do to become a superstar networker like you are?
Okay, well, the first thing you have to do is, and we talked about this before, is you have to dedicate yourself to your product, number one. Whatever you're selling, you need to know it inside and out. You need to be consistent with networking. You got to go to every meeting. They have all these different groups that they have. We have this function tonight. You have to be at every one of them. Every time you go to your doctor, you go to the grocery store, you should always be networking. Now, I go to the grocery line quite a bit because I like to cook, as you can tell. So my biggest thing is I always give my card to the cashier and say, I think there's potential for you. And they ask me why. I go, give me a call. And all I tell them, I found out from a couple sources that these people have their own businesses on the side. And you can tell because they have these little lapel pins of some other business or something else. And I always ask the right question. What's that about? And I draw that information from them. So if a person is new in business, they need to plug into a network group. But don't just go to the meeting. Be part of the meeting. Be part of the group. Learn them. Be friends with them. Get them to know you, like you, and trust you. And then you just grow from there, and it's powerful. People have to do it. They think that they can come to one meeting and expect to get referrals. It doesn't work that way. You got to be part of a family. That's how it all works.
Yeah, you have to show your level of commitment to the success of others, and that's something that I've seen from you from the very beginning of me being a part of BCN is your real commitment to the other members and the success of others. And when you have that kind of mentality, that's what lends to you being able to build a business through networking because it's all about giver's gain.
That's right. And here's the thing. I've taught the people that I talk to as network groups and everything else, I make sure I let them know that what can I do for you? I don't care about me. My dad taught me a valuable lesson. Take care of your customers first, and you'll always have customers. Same philosophy. Take care of them first, your pockets will always be full. In other words, you'll be successful, you'll have the money, you'll have the funds you need to do other things. I donate a lot of my time, a lot of my money to charities because, to me, I'm big on the homeless shelters. Been on the board of directors for 25 years in the state of California in Riverside County. So that helped me understand that, you know what, you can't put yourself on a pedestal, think you're better than everybody else. I'm just like everybody else. I'm not smarter than anybody else. I'm just more dedicated than a lot of people. That's all it really amounts to.
And that dedication certainly comes through in your involvement with BCN and helping us develop our membership and showing people all the benefits that are involved in being a part of this organization. And I really appreciate you, Kurt.
Thank you so much. And I think we got about 7 more minutes. What do you want to do now?
Yeah, I don't know. Irma's going to cut us off maybe I ought to let you interview the next person, huh? Oh, Vern, come on over here, Vern. Hey, Vern, we got that interview for you. Yeah, you're going to go ahead and interview Vern.
Okay, let me sit there.
Come on over here, Vern.
I'm going to interview you, Vern.
Hi, guys. I'm sorry to interrupt, but we are at 1 minute left before I have to cut you off.
Lifelong fantasy, Kurt. Here you go.
What are we doing?
You're being interviewed. Kurt's going to do it.
Okay, Kurt's going to do it. Okay, we got a lucky person sitting down right now. It's Vern from Windy City. How you doing, Vern?
Real good.
Thanks for coming down and stopping by for a minute.
How can I help you?
Tell us a little bit about your business.
Okay, well, Windy City Air Conditioning is a company that we started about 2006. My wife and I, it's a residential commercial company that does TIs and new construction. And it's a family-owned business. And like I said, we've got 12 employees, and we treat everyone like family. So we are family.
Now, let me ask you something. You've been with BCN for about, 4 months now, 5 months?
Oh, no.
Longer than that?
Oh, yes.
I've only been around 6 months. So the transformation that BCN...